This is October the 8th for today. Let's go. And today I'm going to be doing a reading of a fiction. How to Get Back to the Forest. This is a horror story, horror short story. It's 5,841 words. It was released practically a decade ago now, March 2014 publishing. Again, I'll put the link to the to the story in the description for horror adjacent for this today's one. Today's horror one will be me reading a horror story. So I want to get back to the forest. You have to puke it up. See, you have to get down there and puke it up. I mean, down past you can feel it, you know. She gestured earnestly at her chest. She had this old-fashioned cotton nightgown on, lace collar buried under the bathroom lights. With the collar, her skin looked grey. She had bones like a bird. She was so beautiful. She was completely beautiful and fucked. I mean, everybody at camp was sort of a mess. It was supposed to be that way at a difficult stage, but C took it to another level, herding us into a bathroom at night and asking us to puke. It's right here, she said, tapping the nightgown over her hollow chest. You got less nerves in your esophagus. It's like widened to the side and to the muscle. You have to puke really hard to get it. Did you ever get it out? Asked Max. She was sitting in one of the sinks. She'd believe anything. C nodded. Someone was a counselor 2 years ago. They caught me and gave me a new one. But it was beautiful while it was gone. I'm telling you, it was the best. Like how? I said. C stretched out her arms. Like bliss. Like everything. Everything all at once. You could roar just a big raw nerve. Doesn't this sound so great? Said L. I know, said C. Not annoyed, but really agreeing. Turning things around was one of her talents. It sounds stupid, she nodded, but that's because it's something we can't imagine. We don't have the tools. Our bodies don't know how to calculate what we're missing. You can't know till you get there. At the same time, it's where you came from. It's where you started. She raised her toothbrush. So, who's with me? Definitely not me. God, see, you are such an idiot. Apparently a girl named Puss told about a bug, and C, being C, was totally open to learning new things from a person who called herself Puss. Puss had puked out her own bug, living on the streets. I guess she'd run away from camp, but I don't really know. She was 6 feet tall, she said, of long red hair. The hair was dyed, which was weird because if you're living on the streets, do you care about stuff like that? This kind of thing can keep me awake at night. I lie in bed, or rather, I sit in the living room because Pete hates me tossing and turning, and I leave the room dark and open over the curtains, and watch the lights of the city and think about this girl, Pusk, with her hair dyed at the grocery store and doing her hair in the bathroom at the train station. Did she put newspapers down? What if somebody came in and saw her? Anyway, eventually, C met Puss in the park. Puss was clearly down and out on a hooker, but she was cool and friendly, and C sat down beside her in the swings. You have to puke it up. We'd only been in camp for about 6 weeks. Seemed like a long time, long enough to know everybody. Everything felt stretched out of camp. Days and the nights, and yet in the end it was over so fast. As soon as you could blink, yeah, Barry? Camp was on its own calendar, a special time of life. That was Jodie's phrase. She was our favourite counselor. She was greasy, enthusiastic, with a skinny little ponytail. Only a year too older than the seniors. Camp is so special. The thing with Jodie was she believed every word she said. It made it really hard to make fun of her. That night, not in the bathroom, she was asleep down the hall underneath a mother figure, which was a little stuffed dog with flood on his chest. Come on, says C. She stuck a toothbrush down her throat like that. I think Max screamed. C didn't start puking right away. She had to give us out a few really good shoves with a toothbrush, or people said, oh my god, and backed away and clutched her instead. Somebody said, are you nuts? Somebody else said something else. I might have said something, I don't know. Everything was so white and bright in a moment. Mirrors and fluorescent lights and seeing a goddamn Victorian nightgown jamming away with toothbrush and sort of gagging. Every time I looked up, I could see all of us in a mirror. And then it came. A splatter of puke all over the sink. C leaned over and braced herself. Blam! Elle said, oh my god, it's disgusting. She gasped. She was just getting started. Elle was next. All of a sudden, she spun around, her hands around her mouth, and let go of the sink right next to C. Splat. I started laughing, but already felt sort of dizzy and sick myself, and also scared, because I didn't want to throw up. C looked up from her own sink and nodded at Elle, encouraging her. She looked completely bizarre. A white cheekbones, a big crown of natural hair, sort of a retro supermodel with a glistening mouth, her eyes full of excitement. I think she even said, "Good job, Elle." And then she went to it with a toothbrush again. "We have to stop her," said Katie, taking charge. "Max, go get Jody." But Max didn't make it. She jumped down from her third sink. When she got halfway to the door, she turned around and went back to the sink and puked. Meanwhile, Katie was dragging C away from the sink and trying to get her toothbrush, but also not wanting to touch him. She kept going, you, and help me, you guys. It was all so hilarious. I sank down on the floor, absolutely crying with laughter. 5 or 6 other girls, too. We just sort of looked at each other and screamed. It was mayhem. Katie dragged C into one of the stalls. I don't know why. Then Katie started groaning, let go of C and stacked in a stall beside her, and sploosh, there C went. Bugs. It's such a camp room. A camp is full of stories like that. People say that ice cream makes you sterile. The bathrooms are full of hidden cameras. There's fanged, flesh-eating kids in the lake. If you break into the office, you can call your parents. Lots of kids break into the office. It's the most common camp offence. I never tried it because I'm not stupid. Of course you can't call your parents. How would you even get the number? And bugs. If you have a bug planted on your skin to track your future drugs, that's another dumb story. Except it's not. Because I saw one. The smell in the bathroom was terrible now. Animal smell, hot, it fetched around and had fur. I knew I was going to be sick. I crawled to the closest place, the store was seen out, and grabbed hold of a toilet seat. C moved aside from me. Would you believe she was still hanging on to her toothbrush? I think we both threw up a couple of times. And she made this awful sound beyond anything, whole body taut and straining, and something flew into the toilet with a splash. I looked at her, there was blood all over her chin. I said, Jesus, C. I thought she was dying. She sat in there coughing and shaking, her eyes full of tears and triumph. She was on top of the world. Look, she breathed, and I looked, and there in the bowl, half eaten by puke and blood, lay an object made of metal. It actually looked like a bug. Sharp, blood-smeared legs. Shit, I said. I flushed for toilets. Now you, said C, rubbing her mouth on the back of her wrist. I can't, Tisha, come on. See, I couldn't. I really couldn't. I could be sick. In fact, I felt sicker than ever. I couldn't do it that hard. I remember the look in your eyes. You were so disappointed. You leaned, spat some blood into the toilets. I whispered, don't tell anyone. You know the girls. Why not? We should all know. Just trust me. I was already scared. So scared. I couldn't bear the day of camp without you. We barely slept that night. We had to take showers and clean the bathroom. Max cried the whole time, but for at least part of the night I was laughing. Me and Katie flinging disinfectant powder over her. Katie was cool, always in sweatpants, didn't give a shit about anything. The only friend his head case right, she said. It was the first time anybody could see my friend. Got out of the mop and left it up the floor. Everybody slipped and swore at us coming up the shower, so would skip my towel. Whee! She shrieked. You cannot feel your bug. I pressed her hard on my chest, I know. I could feel it, said C. After we put it back in. It wasn't exactly a physical thing. She couldn't trace the shape of a bug inside her, but she could feel it working. Bug juice, she said, making a sour face. She could feel bug juice seeping into her body. Every time she's going to be angry or afraid, I'd be this warmth in her chest, a feeling of calm spreading deep inside. I only noticed it after the bug out for a couple of weeks. How did your parents know you need a new one? I didn't need one. How did I know it was gone? Well, I could have had this fit. I got mad at them and started throwing food. We were sitting on my bed, under a figure, a lamp with a blue shade. Blue light brought out the stains and seeds of a toy nightgown. We were both penning a toenail, cherry pink, balancing a polish on my life skills textbook, taking turns with a brush. You should do it, she said. I feel better, so much better. I felt how in a minute I have to study for a life skills quiz and feeling bug juice on my body. I can feel anything. I'm so much better, she said again. Hand was shaking. Oh, see. Weird thing is, I started writing this after Max came to visit me. And I thought I was going to write about Max, but I started writing in your book. Why? This book you left me, your mother figure. You practically threw it at me. Take it. It's the worst thing you could do, take somebody else's parent figure, especially your mom. Maybe it was only us girls who cared so much about moms. Maybe for boys it was dads, but anyway, taking ones are worse. Could basically expect the other kids to kill you. The kid got put in a hospital on our way at a different camp. One of the east side, but we all knew about it at our camp. They strung him up with electric wires. Whenever we told the story, we ended up saying what we would have done to that kid. And it was always much worse. But you threw this book at me, see, and what could I do? Jodie and Duncan were trying to grab your arms. The ambulance was waiting for you downstairs. I caught the book clumsily crumpling. I looked at it later. It was about half of you writing from the poems. Thanks, Mel's underground. Want to get back? No, Pilford. I need you. I don't know. Are they poems? If they are, I don't think they're very good. And that could be a door on an abandoned car. Does that even mean anything? Eat my teeth. I know them all by heart. I picked up this book when Max left wrote, "You have to puke it up." All of a sudden, I was writing about you. Surprising myself, I just kept going, remembering camp, but with sort of humid excitement there. The cafeteria, louder than the sea. The shops, remember the shops and Lulu's was the best. We'd save up allowance to go there. Down in the basement, you get you stuff for cheap. You got your leather jacket there. I got these red shoes with flowers on the toes. I love those shoes so much. I wonder when I went. I wore them to every mixer. I was wearing them when I met Pete, put on a white dress. Another Lulu's purchase I don't have now. It was summer and the mix had an island theme. The council had constructed a sort of deck overlooking the lake garden. They were so proud of it. They gave us green drinks with little umbrellas in them and played lazy sign music and everyone danced and Pete saw a shooting star and we were holding hands and you were gone forever and I forgot you. I forgot you. Forgetting isn't so wrong, it's a life skill. I don't remember what my parents looked like. A parent figure cannot be a photograph. It has to be a more neutral object. It's supposed to stand in for someone, but not too much. When we got to camp, we were all supposed to bring our parent figures to dinner first night. Everyone squeezed in at the cafeteria tables, trying to find space beside the dinner trays, and their figures, those kinds of catch scarves. I felt so stupid because my figure was a lamp. There's no place to plug it in. My father figures a plaque that says, "Always be yourself." Jody came by. The counts all going round, meeting the parents said, "Well, Tisha, that's a good one." Don't even know if I picked it out. You want you had a fabulous time at camp, Jody cried. She was standing at the front of the counselors, Paige and Veronica and Duncan, who we'd later call Hunky Duncan, and Eric and Carl and the others. Of course, we'd chosen Jody to speak. Jody was so perky. She told us that we were beginning a special relationship with parent figures. It's very important not to fixate. We shouldn't fixate on the parent figures. And we definitely shouldn't fixate on the counselors. My stupid lamp, it was so fucking blue. Why would you bring something blue? The most important people in your life are the campus, Judy burbled. These are the people you know for the rest of your life. And I want you to turn the person next to you and say, "Hi, neighbour." Hi, neighbour. And later, in the farthest sea things of the sky, "Fuck you, neighbour." Camp was special. I mean, we were told that it was special. The camp, you connected with people and with nature. There was no personal tech. And that freaked a lot of people out at first. We were told that later. We would go online again. We'd be adults. Our relationship would be in place. And we have learned the life skills and we'd be ready. But now we're special. Now's the time of friends and of the earth. C raised a hand. What about earthquakes? What? Said Veronica, who taught the natural world. Veronica was from an older group of counselors. She had grey hair and lovely skin from taking kids on nature hikes, and she was always stretching to show they could be flexible and old. What about earthquakes? He asked. What about fires? Those are natural. What about hurricanes? Veronica smiled at her awesome white teeth. She could have awesome white teeth when you're old. It was all a matter of taking care of yourself with white life skills. What an interesting question, Celia. We were told all the questions are interesting. There's no such thing as a stupid question. The important thing was always to participate. We were told to participate in classes and hikes and shopping sprees and mixes in history. We learned to be prejudiced, but now there wasn't. It didn't matter where you came from or who you lived, just join in. So even the queer girls had to go to mixes. Take your girlfriend, but you had to go. Kids used to go on a tiny L where flowers or ice went anyway. Dance was fun. Camp was so fun. That's going to be it because it's going into a 15-minute mark. I'm going to kibosh here. We're going to do part two tomorrow, which will be taped later on, blah, blah, blah. So it means part one of Saturday, part how to get to Forest, and then part two will be how to get back to Forest. Part two will be tomorrow. Okay. So yeah, goodbye.